and you throw your punches real short where there's no air. There's no air. There's no room for punches in between with the quick power hands of Tank. You can get away with it, and he did. And he prospered in there.
That just leaves somebody at a distinct disadvantage, and I think that's unfair. And so that's how I look at it, and that's what bothers me about Gervonta.
It's a waste. Till y'all prove yourself to, you feel me? That's what, to me, to start proving that stuff, like, all right, bet, he's a threat, then, all right, cool, I'll fight him. But other than that, ain't...
Rumors are swirling in the boxing world about a potential rematch between Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach. And let's just say, opinions are flying left and right. After their first showdown, which left fans debating whether Roach had what it takes to hang with Tank's power, insiders are now dissecting every possible angle of a rematch. Could Roach make the necessary adjustments to pull off an upset, or will Davis once again prove why he's one of the most feared punchers in the game?
Honestly, I thought I should have won without that being counted a knockdown. Look, I ain't the ref. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to wipe sweat out his eye, he had to wipe sweat out his eye. But the rules do state, if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's an automatic 8 count. But it is what it is. I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in there. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that. But if that was counted a knockdown, I would win the majority decision.
After their controversial majority draw on March 1st, whispers are swirling about a potential rematch between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. The initial bout left fans buzzing, especially after a 9th-round incident where Davis took a knee, a move that wasn't scored as a knockdown, leaving many debating the outcome.
For me, Tank Davis fighting a minus 1,600 as your main event odds is crazy to me, dude. That's crazy. That underdog lived up to the hype. He ended up, overperforming. Lamont Roach, credit to him, all this other stuff. And it took some politics to keep Davis as champion. You ever see guys getting the referee their own fight? Dude, anybody else takes that knee, you're getting counted, bro. The referee, actually, his instinct, if you watch that, the referee's instinct was to count. If you notice, Steve Willis started counting, and then he looked at the timekeeper outside the ring, wasn't counting, and he stopped counting. So you get to call your own timeout. Earlier in the fight, if you saw that shoulder barge that Tank did to Roach in the clinch, he didn't get a warning, but Roach's reaction got the warning. This is the politics we're dealing with. You keep doing this, you're looking at short-term money and long-term destruction of a sport.
Canelo Alvarez recently shared his thoughts on the controversy surrounding Gervonta Davis's 9th-round knee during his fight with Lamont Roach Jr. Davis claimed grease from his hair caused him to take a knee, but Canelo emphasized that such actions should have consequences. He stated that Davis should have lost the round 10-8 or even face disqualification, especially since his corner intervened with a towel. Canelo clarified that his comments were based on boxing rules, not personal opinions.
He take a knee. You need to lose like 10-8 that round at least, no? And plus the corner go up and put a towel in the face. That's a disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules, but it's not my business.
Following the bout, Roach's team appealed the decision, but the New York State Athletic Commission upheld the draw. This outcome led to Davis being removed from the Ring Magazine's pound-for-pound rankings, with David Benavidez taking his place.
It ain't no timeouts in boxing. Why are you taking? You know that. You should know that. So that's the thing where I'm like confused because that's supposed to be a knockdown. That's a 10-8 round. If that's a 10-8 round, I win the fight. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that draw turned into a 115-114 my way.
Going in, okay, it's round 10, right? You see that you down on the scorecard.
Critics claim that Davis intentionally took a knee in the 9th round against Roach to disrupt his opponent's rhythm and regain control of the fight. By voluntarily going down, Davis may have been seeking a few extra seconds to recover, rather than risk being overwhelmed by Roach's aggressive attacks. Many fans and analysts view this as a veteran tactic, designed to break Roach's momentum.
When has the last time somebody stood in the pocket versus Gervonta Tank Davis and survived? The last person that attempted to do it was Leo Santa Cruz, and that man's head is still rolling somewhere around the arena. And I say that respectfully with no remorse. That's why what Lamont Roach did last Saturday night was so absolutely amazing. Lamont Roach, in the pre-fight press conference, that was one of the few fighters that was not terrified of Gervonta Tank Davis. That's right. And the man flat out put on a show.
Get your hand out of my pocket!
He proved Two-Tone the Superstar wrong. He proved everybody wrong, and that man went ahead and cooked, and he gets robbed by the New York State Athletic Commission. And these people acknowledge that the knee that Gervonta Tank Davis took was a knockdown. They acknowledge this. They say, yes, it was a knockdown, but now they are saying, well, we don't know how the rest of the fight would have went on. Maybe Tank might have turned up. When the last time you seen Tank turn up? Gervonta Tank Davis might be a front runner. I say that respectfully. And to go ahead and keep it real with y'all, I think that knee that Tank took was because Lamont Roach was in a rhythm and Gervonta Davis tried to throw this man off a rhythm. Do I believe the Murrays, Sport Waves, the Soul Glow was in his eye? Absolutely not. I believe that man Tank got nerve-eye and said, hold on, this man Lamont Roach is cooking. I need to take me a quick timeout and a quick break. It's nasty. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's bad enough how hard and difficult it is to beat this man. Most fighters is weight drained. Most fighters has clauses on them. So when somebody who's coming up is able to compete with Gervonta Tank Davis, you handicap the man with trash rulings.
Davis clarified that the incident stemmed from a hair treatment he had undergone 2 days prior to the fight. He explained that the grease from the treatment mixed with his sweat during the match, causing a burning sensation in his eyes. Addressing the audience's reaction during the post-fight interview, Davis expressed frustration over the boos, emphasizing that his actions were a genuine response to the unexpected irritation and not an attempt to manipulate the fight's dynamics.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and like you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
The explanation has been met with mixed reactions from fans and analysts, with some questioning whether the moment should have been ruled a knockdown regardless of the reason.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
What the hell happened to Gervonta Tank Davis, huh? He got some grease in his hair? It was the lady that she put too much grease in my hair, and that's the reason why I took a knee. I ain't lying to y'all. Why y'all booing me for?
Y'all remember the movie Coming to America? Was Gervonta Tank Davis using the Soul Glow? It's just a Soul Glow, feeling all so silky smooth. Just let it shine through, baby. That gotta be one of the most embarrassing moments in boxing history. How the hell you go down saying that the grease, know what happened at the grease? Stop, it's not funny. Why y'all booing me? I'm telling you the truth. That woman put a lot of grease in my hair. Yo, damn Tanky. Tanky, come on now.
Veteran boxing commentator Jim Lampley expressed skepticism about Roach's chances in a rematch. Before their initial fight, Lampley highlighted Davis's combination of crafty boxing, southpaw-style advantage, clever footwork, and visible killer instinct. He emphasized Davis's shocking punching power, likening his knockouts to those of a young Mike Tyson. Lampley suggested that Roach, despite being a highly competent boxer, would struggle against Davis's prowess.
All right, Sean Zattel here with the legendary Jim Lampley, PPV.com, and called a controversial draw tonight. The crowd inside Barclays, they did not like it. What did you think of the verdict, Jim? Was it the right call?
An upset draw is always a mixed bag for fans, for people in the sport, etc., etc. I thought it was, in essence, the right decision. The only question about whether the upset draw is justified is whether Steve Willis erred in not deducting a point in a late round when Tank Davis appeared to touch the canvas with his hand. And, you know, that is going to stay in the woodwork and haunt the fight in the breach a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's a setback in Tank's career and for his reputation. I think most observers expected him to knock Roach out, particularly because Roach was moving up from 130 to 135.
Roberto Diaz, advisor to Lamont Roach Jr., acknowledged the formidable challenge Davis presents, describing him as one of the world's leading fighters. Diaz noted Davis's impressive record and power, but also expressed confidence in Roach's abilities. He highlighted Roach's extensive experience, including his amateur pedigree, and the improvements he's made since their previous encounters. Diaz believes that Roach's familiarity with Davis and his own growth as a fighter could play pivotal roles in a rematch.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, for sure. You're part of Lamont Roach's camp. Well, what's your official role with Lamont Roach?
I'm an advisor for him.
Okay, so you guide him on how to make certain decisions?
Correct.
Okay.
We've been together for many years since his pro debut back in the days at Golden Boy, and after we both parted ways, we hooked up.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting because, you know, now that you guys are not with Golden Boy, you're still together. So
absolutely,
you guys must have had a good relationship when you were at Golden Boy.
Always had a good relationship with him and his father, and obviously I'm honored and just, you know, honored to be a part of him. And when I got the call to continue working with him, it was a no-brainer for me.
Okay.
Kenny Ellis, a coach in Davis's camp, defended the choice of Roach as an opponent, emphasizing Roach's credentials as a 7-time national champion and a fighter with a hell of a pedigree. Ellis acknowledged that while some fans view the matchup critically, underestimating Roach would be a mistake. He pointed out that both fighters have grown since their amateur days, suggesting that a rematch would showcase their development and adaptability.
Do you feel like that fight with Tank, the rematch with Roach, is bigger than perhaps a Shakur Stevenson fight now?
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me why. Tell me.
He got in the ring. He got in the ring with Tank with no hesitation.
Okay.
For the hell of a fight, you know. Everybody want to see it again, and Shakur's last 3 fights, they criticized him, you know, because of his style of fight. No offense to him, but this is the reality. People criticize him because of the way he fight, you know, and they don't want to see that. They'd rather see Roach again, you know?
The initial fight's 9th round was particularly contentious. Davis took a knee, citing an eye issue, which many believe should have been ruled a knockdown. Referee Steve Willis allowed Davis to continue after a warning, a decision that has been widely debated. Roach felt he had done enough to win and immediately called for a rematch, while Davis acknowledged his subpar performance and praised Roach's skills.
Results are fair. I think they're fair. I think 115, 113 in either direction is probably okay. For Lamont Roach, his stock goes up I think, a significant amount, given how he was able to push Tank, land on Tank, make this the toughest fight of Tank's 31 pro fight career by far. I think he did himself a lot of favors. What are we going to do with Tank Davis now? I mean, it's not like he looked bad. Some of you guys had pointed out he might have had an injury somewhere around that 6th round. He didn't mention it to BC, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have it.
Roach, feeling he won the fight, immediately called for a rematch, stating, "I hope to be a multi-divisional world champion, and this is a fight that will solidify the legacy I want to have." Lamont Roach Jr. took to social media to further fuel the controversy, posting a cryptic yet confident tweet that read, "Word round the block, y'all favorite fight finna be 30. 1 not 30-01, 2x-EX-E2, division champ." The message, which quickly gained traction among boxing fans, suggests that Roach is not only expecting a favorable ruling on his appeal, but also implying that Gervonta Davis's undefeated record may soon be tarnished.
Performance for sure. I'm definitely happy with my performance. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won. And I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds, and even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. So, I don't think there's any excuse for me not to win tonight, but that's just how the cookie crumbled.
There's a few things I want to dissect about the fight. Let's just start off with the beginning. It seemed like a little bit of a cagey opening on both behalves. Both of you just trying to figure each other out. What was your initial thoughts of those first 3, 4, 5 rounds whilst you were both getting to grips with each other?
Just getting the information, seeing how he reacted to certain stuff. I'm pretty sure he was trying to do the same thing. And he's an excellent fighter. He's undefeated for a reason. With a 90-something% knockout. I mean, it ain't that no more. But you know what I'm saying. But with a 90% knockout ratio and everything like that, it take a little thinking in there. It's a thinking man's game, especially when it's on that type of level.
The controversy surrounding the Gervonta versus Lamont's fight has intensified, with the New York State Athletic Commission now officially reviewing the outcome. As reported by Boxing Kingdom, technical issues prevented the commission from conducting an immediate review of the 9th round incident, where Davis took a knee, a moment many argue should have been ruled a knockdown in Roach's favor.
Even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won.
Gervonta Davis has expressed a desire to retire from boxing, emphasizing the need to focus on his mental health and personal growth. He acknowledges that the sport has instilled a certain aggression in him, which he now wishes to temper, especially as a father of 2 daughters. Davis stated, "I want to do therapy. I want everything out of me, whereas though I'll never think about fighting again." This decision underscores his commitment to becoming a more composed individual outside the ring, prioritizing therapy and self-improvement over his boxing career.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, Wes, so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
However, Tank Davis has made it clear that before he steps away from boxing, he wants to fight specific opponents. This suggests that, despite retirement talks, Davis still has major fights in mind. If these fights happen, they could cement his legacy as one of the greatest fighters of this generation.
So realistically, how much longer do you see yourself being a fighter? How many more years you think?
It depends. I got some people I want to get.
Like who?
I don't want to say their names, but...
Just say yes or no. Haney?
Yes.
Lomachenko?
Yes.
Teofimo?
Yes. Not really so much Teofimo.
Not so much. Nah. How come?
Because it's like, I don't know. Just, he ain't really like... I mean, if the fight like prevents itself, then yeah. But other than that,
it's not on your list.
Yeah, it's not on my. He's not.
Kambosos? No. Is there anyone I'm missing, or is that it?
Yeah, but I don't want to say his name.
Shakur?
Yeah.
That's another one.
For Roach, the rematch represents an opportunity to solidify his standing in the boxing world. After the initial fight, he expressed his belief that he deserved a spot in the pound-for-pound rankings, given his performance against a formidable opponent like Davis. Roach's confidence has been evident on social media, where he has engaged with critics and supporters alike, even proposing substantial bets on the outcome of the rematch.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed
Right.
for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we taking?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
Roach stepped into the ring as the underdog, but he walked out proving every doubter wrong. From the opening bell, Roach showcased his skill, resilience, and sheer determination against the heavily favored Gervonta Davis. He landed crisp combinations, controlled the pace at times, and even had Davis in trouble. Many believed he did enough to win, and the fight's majority draw only fueled the debate. Roach didn't just compete, he put on a show, silencing critics and solidifying his place among boxing's elite, demanding respect and a well-deserved rematch.
That's right. And the man flat out put on a show.
Get your hand out of my pocket!
He proved Two-Tone the Superstar wrong. He proved everybody wrong, and that man went ahead and cooked, and he gets robbed by the New York State Athletic Commission. And these people acknowledge that the knee that Gervonta Tank Davis took was a knockdown. They acknowledge this. They say, yes, it was a knockdown, but now they are saying, well, we don't know how the rest of the fight would have went on.
What are your thoughts on the highly anticipated rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach? Do you think Davis will make the necessary adjustments to secure a decisive victory? Or will Roach build on his momentum and pull off the upset? Share your predictions, opinions, and analysis in the comments below.